Say back with Floyd?
He's saying that all fight or all this trip. He's never actually had a true fight. He does know he knows nothing about the game I'm involved in. In the game I'm involved in, he is a beginner, a rookie, and that's just facts. So I expected it. He said it before. He didn't get to me tonight any more than they got to me yesterday or the day before. Or he's been saying this a long time. So we'll see August 26th who's Quinn.
Hey, Conor, how you doing, man? Najee, rapradar.com. So I saw you address tonight the comments. I guess they had some traction in the media regarding some comments that people felt were derogatory. And I saw you address that tonight. Do you want to just, I guess, maybe talk about that a little more? Elaborate and clarify, I guess, what you meant?
Yeah, that doesn't really sit well with me, you know what I mean? I'm very multicultural, a multicultural individual, and I don't have any ill feelings towards any. I don't even see colour. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of. I just wanted to say something and have a little bit of fun with it. And of course in Brooklyn, you know what I mean, New York, big Notorious B.I.G fan. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to give it a little bit. I just wanted to play with it and address it in my own little way. It's stupid and it's ridiculous. Is basically what I was getting at. So that was basically it.
Got a question right here.
How you doing, Conor? Miola Regan from West Cork. Welcome back to New York. Can you tell me, why do you think that Mayweather doesn't want to go to Ireland for the press conference?
I don't know. The Irish are crazy, so
Yeah.
would you want to? I mean, but you're Irish. You don't think? Yeah, it was an agreement that if one was out, then the other was out. So if we had to go to Ireland, then we would have to go to Vegas and maybe his other place in Detroit or somewhere. So it's kind of like. Just happy to, you know what I mean? For him is plenty. He's been saying the same stuff over and over. So
You would fill out Crow Park yourself.
and don't get me wrong, it's like I played Spectre. What was that out there? It's like a rap concert out there. So that's what I started doing. You know what I mean? Just having a bit of fun with it all. It's absolutely amazing. It's a great experience. Before is plenty all over the world. We go face to face. We'll we'll say what we have to say, and then it's fight time. So. That was the second last one, now London, and then that's it. Dublin would be good, but whatever, it'll happen again.
We'll take over the world. Good man.
Conor right here, Dr. Abibi's World Liberty TV Boxing channel. Just wondering, are you, if you get frustrated in boxing with Floyd, are we going to see anything happen there, or are you just going to be calm, cool, and do your boxing there?
We'll see on the night.
Mike Coppage of Ring Magazine. After 3 straight days of doing this now, are you getting a little tired of it, or?
Not really. It's a hell of a lot of fun. You come in, you have a little bit of fun. You be in each other's face. I mean, today I was about to smack him on one day. Not really, but we'll keep it professional for now. But it's a hell of a lot of fun. How could you get tired of this? I mean, what a time to be a fight fan, what a spectacle. Every time I do these things and then go, and then there's so many like memes and pictures, and you know what I mean? It's good to go back and look at everything and just be grateful and proud that I'm as a fight fan, I'm actually the person in it. So I'm enjoying every second of it. Of course, fighting is my bread and butter. It's what I do. This is just something that has grown and built into something, and it's built up to another level now. 20,000 people out there tonight. That's insane for a press conference. If it is a press conference, or whatever you want to call it. It's like some sort of roast thing or something. I don't know. I have fun with it.
And what was the deal with Floyd's team and guards going over to you? I mean, was that crossing the line? Grabbing you, or what were they doing?
Jews had fills, I don't know. I didn't even see it anyone on top of me. I was like, what? And then people just pushing and shooting. But handbags, we call that where I come from.
What does that mean?
It means it's nothing. It's just handbags. It's just a term we use.
Nick Jalarakis, Real Talk Boxing. There's a lot of animosity in this fight building up. I mean, there's trash talk back and forth to build up the fight, but it seems like you guys generally don't like each other. Floyd's saying that he's going to go in one score knockout, he's going to put you on the face of your back.
That's the funniest comment of the whole tour. That man ain't knocked nobody out in fucking hell long. No, he's I hope he comes for it. I hope he brings it.
With that being said, do you think he's going to be aggressive and try to, go after you? Or you think he's going to play it safe and not take any risks?
I'll be prepared for I'll anticipate both, because you'll either come forward and go aggressive and then get hit and then run or he'll run and maybe he'll run and be hit and then go aggressive. So I'll be prepared for everything. But make no mistake, he's going to be sparked unconscious. That is a fact.
Kind of right here, Men's Journal. I love the suiting choice is a little bit different than the past press conferences. I mean, what is it like showing your tattoos? Is the tattoo something?
I feel in damn good shape.
Yeah.
I'm fight ready.
Yeah.
I am fight ready now. He's wrapping himself up and sticking himself in high heels. He's in high heels up there. See the little like that height? I was like, what? They're in fucking high heels, mate. You should have worn them at the first tour, then maybe you was that convincing people. But now it's three stops in.
Yeah.
But
When you're getting your tattoos, that's something the sort of psychological
yeah,
things
whatever.
that.
Just I like the way they look. I like how it feels. I just get it done.
Hey Conor, you've obviously had some fun with Floyd, talking about his taxes and some other stuff. Is there anything in your mind where you've kind of said, I won't go there, or I won't say stuff about that?
Maybe a few things, but we'll see. There's still one more stop left.
Conor, tactically, Conor,
Yeah.
Floyd's fought 49 fights, undefeated, fought many different styles, considered all.
He's fought boxing matches.
So, but tactically, in the boxing ring, do you feel you have a concrete plan to be able to be effective and to be dominant?
I have a very high fight IQ. I understand when and when not. I understand small details in there that people don't even see. Only me and the opponent know about it. So I'm very confident that whether it's a ring or an octagon is where I've spent most of my time. But I've spent a hell of a lot of time in a ring also, and I'm very clued in on how to move around the ring and how to find my way to the knockout victory.
Conor, Darren Grohl, ESPN. Can you talk about your clothing choice? Is that a serpent or a Loch Ness monster? What is that?
I woke up and it was sweating. It's hot over here. It's like humid weather. So I was like, fuck it, let's go to Fifth Avenue. Walked into Fifth Avenue and got this, saw this paper. And I was like, I'm gonna go topless and rock this yoke. You know what I mean? It's perfect. But look, I'm just a young kid from Dublin on, and they joined me. So I'm not giving a bollocks. That's the main thing. You know what I mean? So
Was it 50% off in the summer?
No. Well, we've got deals with them, so.
I got one more for you. I've seen you in your Instagram posts wearing Nike. You've had a Reebok deal. Where are you on that?
Yeah, I'm in my field and offers at the moment. I'm essentially what I'm doing is there's offers there, there's offers on the table, and we're just trying out the gear and see do I like the gear? Is it a good fit? Does it feel good on? You know, it's got to be right. There's a lot more gear involved in a boxing contest than my game. We're just in our jocks in my game, and a gum shield, even the jock strap. The boxing jock strap comes up over the belly button almost. You know what I mean? The MMA jock strap is just a little cup. You know what I mean? So I'm putting a lot of clothes on, even the boxing shorts. I'm gonna figure out what shorts I want to wear or whether I even want to wear shorts. So there's a few things I'm thinking of, but again, it's fun, it's exciting because it's all different, it's all new to me. So, but don't get me wrong. It's sometimes after training and sparring, I take the boxing boots off and just feel the bare feet on the canvas again, which is a nice feeling. But right now I'm just getting prepared for all the clothing.
Conor, in front of you, again, Rayfield from ESPN.
The boxing guy.
The boxing guy.
He had a good one that time, right?
My question for you, Conor, is this. I'm wondering, can you just recount sort of when it came to your thought that, hey, you know what? Not only would I like to try professional boxing, come over from MMA, but maybe I can get a fight with Floyd Mayweather, who, the juxtaposition between a guy like yourself who's never been in the sport in a professional manner, 0-0, against the best fighter of the generation who's 49-0. How do you even contemplate like that could actually become something that could actually happen?
I mean, if you're gonna do it, it's got to be that fight, right? So I always saw that. I knew we were close in weight. I knew we were the same weight when I was coming up, and I always thought to myself, get that spotlight, get that world title, get them world titles and them accomplishments, and then do something that has never been done before. I just knew that's what's generated this. That's why there's 20,000 people outside showing up for these things. You know what I mean? People are excited about this. It's never before been done. at the very top. So I'm just enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. I look forward to August 26th because I tell you what, the whole world is in for a shock.
Conor, can you also you're the one who's putting yourself out there. You're coming into a foreign territory of a boxer. Floyd, this is his home. It's where he's been his entire life, comfortable in the ring. What does it say about
Greatness is for the brave, and he's a scared man. He is not brave enough to step over into my world. He keeps saying it though. That's twice, he said it tonight, that's twice he said, I'll beat you in the octagon. So that's nice to have that on documented fact, because when he wakes up after being KO'd unconscious, maybe if he wants the rematch, he might have to do it in the octagon.
So what does it say about you that you're the one willing, your mentality, that you're the one willing to come?
That's confidence right in your face.
Going right here.
So I have two questions. One, you talk about your reaction, how you understand boxing and all these things. Now you have Nate Diaz, you had that fight, and he actually gave you trouble, and he does have a boxing background.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing I want to talk about. And the second part is...
Trouble is a shout, in my opinion. Look post-fight, whose face. Look at the fight as a whole. Don't just look. There was a sequence and around that in that rematch. There was a couple of slaps off the shoulders. I caught a lot of them. People were reading off the old script. People were reading off the original fight, the first fight, when they were calling that contest. So, in my opinion, I slaughtered him in that rematch. He'll never be the same after that. You must understand, these gloves that we wear are 4 ounce. There's no padding on the elbows, there's no padding on the shin bone, on the foot. It's like going through a car crash in a 5-minute round in MMA. That's why I'm saying this here. This game is easy. I'm telling you right now. I wake up feeling so good. You know what I mean? There's not a niggle on my body, and I'm getting in super shape. So I don't believe I was troubled, but carry on with me.
The second part is, I've watched you from UFC, and any fight that was at all, I think, somewhat a threat or a little bit trouble mentally, in your sense, you have this chewing manner, like you would chew excessively. Are you nervous? Is that why you do such actions?
I'm just chilling. When in the fight?
As we do as you do.
Was I eating something?
Yeah, you're chewing gum. I don't know what you're doing.
No, I got some gum on my mouth, lady. I'm chewing the fucking gum. I tell you what, let me look at you for 24 hours. I start finding what you do and what you don't do. I don't know, lady. I have gum on my mouth. I was chewing it. Maybe when something's getting on me, I might chew it a little bit harder. I don't know.
Do you think
thanks for noticing, though. Keep looking, baby. Yeah, look closer.
Do you think he's actually getting into your head?
Who?
Mayweather.
Nothing can faze me here. Nothing. Look at me. I'm fucking topless with a mink coat. It takes balls to love this. He hasn't taken that hat off. I actually tried to hit it, and the thing was glued to his fucking head. I want to see what's under that hat. I'm starting to fucking think, what the fuck is under that hat? Because that's even giving him a false sense of security on the size. That's a peanut underneath that thing, I swear to God. So I don't know. No, nothing faces me, lady. Fuck all.
Conor, what's your reaction to Floyd kind of throwing the Irish flag on the floor like that? What went through your head?
I threw it at him yesterday, so I let him away with it today. So that was it. Whatever, it's all fun and games. The ones, he threw the ones. I knew something was coming, the fucking ones. He could have got $100 bills, for fuck's sake. The amount he found if it wasn't $100 bills would have been about 5-6 grand. But he still takes the ones. But, it's some buzz, I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking amazing. It's amazing. I mean, I'm 28 rocking around here, topless with a mink on, about to fight this little fool in half a fight. I can't believe it, like half a fight. You mean they can't kick me and elbow me and choke me and try and do that? I just got to, and I get to put on bigger gloves and boots and all? No problem. So I'm just a happy young man, full of confidence, loving life.
Conor, Josh Grafer from Fight Hub TV. Now, in the last couple of days, people over here, Conor, people have been kind of scoring the press conference.
Yeah.
First day they gave you a 10-9. Second day they gave you a 10-8. If you had to score your performance today,
you give me a 10-9 in the first one?
Me? I gave you a 10-9 the first one.
Yeah,
the second one I gave you a 10-8.
I thought I got the first one. I'll tell you why I thought I got the first one, because I was set up. He has his little DJ. It's his DJ, and the motherfucker didn't even play me no music. I didn't even get told I was going into the crowd, and then all of a sudden I'm bang in the middle of the crowd. Didn't get told no thing about nothing. So I think I pulled it together in that first one. It was my first time under that spotlight, and then we had the exchange with Senior. I thought I definitely do. I mean, all you gotta do is he went viral. That suit went everywhere. The exchange with Senior. I whooped his ass in the first one. The second one was a 10-7. Today was interesting. It was good. The Brooklyn crowd helped them a good bit today. They're a pro boxing crowd, so I mean, fair play to them. But I still think I took that one, but it was a good one. I think he repeats himself a little bit too much. I came out with a little bit of something. I hit 50 up, gave respect to Biggie. I hit on a few little different topics. Outside of him, he kind of picked up his phone and all. He picked up the daughter gave him the phone and all, whatever, all that shit. And what he's talking the same stuff. So, but he was a little bit better, and the crowd helped him at the time. But I'd probably give today maybe a draw. 2, we'll say I won 2, and today was a draw. Or maybe I'm fucking being too generous. I think I might have whooped his ass today, actually. I have to look back and fucking hear that, actually, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I always think that after a fight, I'm like, fuck, that was a shit performance. I can't believe that. What was I fucking doing? And then I look at the fight, I'm like bleeding Bruce Lee in there. I'm like, what was I thinking? So I'll hold judgment until I watch some highlights back. But it was a great one. I mean, it's such an enjoyable experience for everyone involved, the fans and all. We're having a good time with it. And but I tell you what, those fucking juice heads, what were they asked them about? Slap the head off all them. It's gonna if something like that happens in the next one, something will have to happen. You know what I mean? You kind of let it go. But if something happens, or if those fools start trying to step up onto my shit, we'll see them, because he turns his back to me many times. He walks to and from, and he's not really truly switched on. I never turn my back on. I'm always kind of switched on around everything. I wouldn't even stand, like, if I enter a room, I have to know where the exit is, where, you know what I mean? I know what's around me, what, he's kind of flopping around, getting a little bit floaty. I could just latch onto his neck. and I truly mean that. And by the time it takes anyone to break the grip around his neck, he's already slept. It takes 3 seconds to sleep a man. I said at the last one, it takes 3 seconds. You wrap around the neck and you strangle. It takes 3 seconds to sleep a man. It'll only take me 2 seconds because he's never even experienced something like this. So I'm just telling him and those little juice head fools that he has with him, be careful.
Conor, it was kind of chaos when that happened. What exactly did the security do?
Can you please wait for the mic to ask the question? Start with the gentleman that's been waiting. Thank you.
Hi, Conor, over here. Matt Cole with Art Voice and the Mac Life.
Yeah.
Last time I saw you, first of all, you had just that night announced the birth of your son, or the potential birth of your son at that point. Congratulations on Conor Jack.
Thank you so much.
Boy.
Thank you.
It seems to a lot of people that if Floyd doesn't finish you, that it's a total loss for him, being your inexperience in the boxing world. If you finish him, you will instantly become the biggest sports star on earth. Would you plan to go back to the UFC at that point, if you don't mind me asking, or is that it? Is that as family time?
Oh, certainly not. I mean, it certainly is family time. It's always family time, but it's certainly not it. What, like right off, or it's in boxing or fighting, or what? What are you talking about?
I mean, if you knock him out, you are the biggest sports star on the planet.
Yeah, I'm
do you
gonna
keep fighting, or do you ride off into the sunset?
Buy a couple of more things, flash them around, and just enjoy life for a little bit. But keep doing what I'm doing. You have to understand, I'm 28. I'm actually 29 tomorrow. My birthday's tomorrow.
Happy birthday. Congratulations. Happy birthday.
Yeah. I love the 28 bollocks. I'm 28. Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm only a young man, and I'm fairly untouched. If you look through my career, for such a dangerous game, I'm not, I haven't gone through big wars. I maybe, I've gone through some, but not compared to some others in the game. So I'm very young in my career, and when I sleep Floyd, I will certainly look. I will keep an eye on the boxing game 100%. I will keep an eye on who's there and who's. All it will do for me is it'll give me more options. But my options will stay open. I may box, I may continue to fight in the UFC, but I certainly will do both. You know what I mean? Which is which, or which one next, like, all that type of stuff I don't know, but I certainly will continue to do both.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Conor, my name's Bonnie Simeone. How you doing?
Very good. How are you?
How's the sparring going for you? You know, 10, 12 rounds, you feel after 4 or 5 rounds that you're hitting him with everything, and this guy's still there. Now, these latter rounds, you know, how do you feel you're doing the 10 and 12 or?
It's a 3-minute round, 2 minutes shorter than I'm used to. There's no up and down, there's no scrambles, there's no lifting the leg this height for kicks, there's no jumping through the air, there's no 360 spins, there's no clinch work against the fence. He's gonna feel like he's wrestling a bear when we tie up for the first time. You know what I mean? And he's gonna be like, no matter what. I come from the game where we grapple, and he boxes. But what a human does under stress and fear, no matter what skill set they possess, they grab. That's just a human reaction. We grab and hold and try and. That's what they do. But when he tries to grab and hold me, he's not just grabbing and holding a boxer. He's grabbing and holding a serious specialist in the clinch. You know what I mean? You're talking like there's Greco-Roman wrestlers that like all they do is fight in the clinch. They can only attack the upper body. There's some. That's what I'm trying to say. Like he just does not understand what he's in for, and he's not going to keep me off him. He is not going to keep me off him. He's too small. I'm going to have my way with him. So that's where I'm coming from.
In the 10 and 12 rounds, like they call them the dog rounds, do you feel like, you know, you're there like in 10 and 12 rounds?
I will be prepared. I've been sparring 12. No problem.
Yeah.
Switching bodies. I bring them in. I have a referee also for spars. We were advised to bring a referee in so we can acclimatise to the rules. Is how you know certain details in the fight, what the ref flags and what the refs, you know what I mean, just like that. So, and then I'm bringing people in and we're facing off. It's a fight. We're having fights in the gym. So I'm having a lot of solid boxing fights already behind closed doors. So I'll be ready. Make no mistake, I'll be ready. I will be ready for 12, but he's going down in 4.
Thank you, Conor. Thank you.
All right, Conor, here in the middle. Champ Creed, Fox Sports Radio. Your stance is more of a traditional karate, Jeet Kune Do stance, and you move very well north and south. Floyd, his elusiveness allows him to move east-west, and he tends to throw his opponents off balance before they can plant and throw the power shots. With your boxing training, and there's such limited amount of time, how have you found a way to balance your energy with the movements that come with boxing as opposed to what you traditionally study for in MMA?
Yeah, a karate style is one of my stances. But I can stand many ways. I can attack many ways. I can attack from both stances. I can switch up, go from a karate stance to a taekwondo stance. I can go to a boxing stance. I can go to a Thai boxing stance. There's many different ways to stand in front of a man, and I know every shot he throws. I know what to expect. I've seen it before. He does the same stuff over and over again. It's similar to tonight, saying the same stuff over and over. So we're preparing. But him, he knows nothing. He knows absolutely nothing of what way I'm going to approach this fight and what way I'm going to come at him. So that's a beautiful position I am in. So I look forward to exploiting that and getting that knockout win.
All right, and the last thing, to speak to your ability of visualization. MGM Grand, before you fought Dustin Poirier, a woman came up to you and said, "Hey, are you a fighter?" And you said yes. And she said, "Did you fight Floyd Mayweather?" You said no, but I'm gonna knock him out like I'm gonna knock out Dustin, right? This was years ago. I see you about maybe 2 years later, and then you bring up the fact that you will be the king of Las Vegas. Someone in the crowd says, "But you gotta beat Floyd," and you said he can get it too. And now here we are. Can you speak to the level of how you verbally speak these things and they come to you? Where did you learn that trait to visualize these things?
I tell you, it's been one hell of a journey. It's been one hell of a journey. 4 years I'm signed to the UFC. I was able to rise up, capture the 2 gold belts, capture all the records, and now I'm facing the current #1 guy in boxing. What a journey. I mean, I'm just blessed. As far as like visualizing it, I honestly feel I can predict the future. If I see something in my head, I speak it out loud, I'll believe in it truly, and then it just happens. And it's been happening for me my whole career. And I guarantee August 26th on the night when we're sitting back here or backstage in the T-Mobile, you'll be asking me the same question, how do you deal with it, man? I just see it, I speak it, and it happens, and that's it. I can't fully tell you why, what or how, but it's just, yeah.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah,
We're
sure.
gonna do it.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thanks so much, everyone.